At Wayland Financial, it's not uncommon that we have to make a recommendation to a client, either obtain or increase the amount of life insurance that they have. And when we do, it's usually that we recommend that they obtain term insurance, and that's in contrast to whole life. So essentially it works like this. With term insurance, you are going to be covered for a period of time, and it's a period of time that you decide. So for instance, you could decide that you're going to have insurance for the next 10 years, or you need insurance for the next 10, 20, maybe 30 years. At the end of which, the policy essentially ends and you no longer have the insurance. And what we think at Wayland Financial is that the use of life insurance is really to cover the loss of any income that your spouse might experience should something happen to you. So when you get to, say, age 65 when you retire, or whatever your retirement date is, you and your spouse really, in theory, should have amassed as much wealth as the two of you would ever need to live on for the next 30 years. You essentially should have enough money to get you until your mid-90s. So in essence, why would we need life insurance? If something happens to one of you, you still have all of the wealth that you've accumulated, and in fact, your expenses typically go down a bit. So we think that the most important thing is that you cover the period of time that you would be working, that you make sure you're protecting your family from the loss of your income. But here's what typically happens. A young couple, might go into a life insurance agent's office and say, we need life insurance, and we'd like $500,000 or $1 million or $3 million or whatever the amount is that they need. And when it's whole life insurance, the premium, the amount that they have to pay is so high that they can't afford it. So instead what they say is, okay, well, how much, what if we just had a $100,000 policy? And that tends to be more affordable. So they end up with a policy with not enough coverage because it's all they could afford. Whereas if they had purchased term insurance, they may have much closer to the amount of insurance that they would actually need to protect their family. You see, with whole life insurance, it's so much more expensive because the insurance company is guaranteed to have to pay that at some time in the future. So we see that the value of term insurance is significantly better than having a whole life policy in most circumstances.